Welcome back, homies. This is another video in the Treasure Trove series where I showcase pieces of my existing collection to you guys. Happy Wednesday. It's good to be alive. Today we're going to be talking about 3 Blu-rays out of my Blu-ray collection. If you know me, you know that I'm huge into superheroes. So today we're going to be talking about 3 movies, my top 3 movies of the Multiverse saga. So first movie to talk about is Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a 3-pack that has Homecoming and Far From Home 2. But specifically we're talking about today No Way Home. No Way Home was an interesting film. It brought back the 3 original Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was hit for me. I'm a little older, 32. So Spider-Man, when that came out, was like huge. Like I was like insane with Spider-Man. And the thing about it was with Spider-Man and the X-Men coming out, and we'll talk about when we talk about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Talk about Spider-Man and X-Men coming out in the 2000s. Like for me, that was pinnacle superhero stuff. Like I was super into those movies, very much. I remember when X2 came out, I was sad because I really wanted to go see it in theaters. My dad wouldn't let me. Like my friend was going, and they invited me, and my dad wouldn't let me go, and I don't remember why, but I was bummed out. I remember that, and I remember when I did eventually get to go see that movie. Oh, I loved it. So it's really cool to see a lot of these legacy actors come back. Multiverse of Madness. Well, if we talk about all 3 villains of No Way Home is the existing villains from the Spider-Man movie. So let's bring back the 2 Spider-Man, Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield. And then it brings back 5 different villains from Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I thought that was really cool. It allowed one thing that this is actually Spider-Man 3 in Tom Holland's trilogy, which is really interesting because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3 got criticized for having too many characters in it. And this proves it's not about the amount of characters you have in one movie. It's about the amount of characters you are introducing in one movie. If you're introducing a bunch of new characters, then we don't care about them. But if they're characters from existing movies that you're bringing into, like the 2 existing Spider-Man and their villains, that's now exciting. That's awesome. Because if you want to see their introduction, you can go still watch those other movies, watch their introduction, and before you watch this movie. And the movie, you don't have to watch those other movies to understand the movie. You can just watch the MCU movies. You don't even have to watch. I like a lot of the MCU movies because they are designed to be one-off stories where you can just watch this one story and still understand for the most part what's going on. So next, talk about Multiverse of Madness. The villain of this movie was WandaVision, or not WandaVision, sorry, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. I think she works. It's cool to see a hero flip sides, kind of like we saw Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch became here. They started as villains, and now she's flipping sides again. And it'll probably seem well, she might be working for Doctor Doom. We'll see, but she might be switching again. So. The cool thing for the multiverse aspect of Multiverse of Madness, though, was seeing the Illuminati from the other universe. That was really exciting. Seeing John Krasinski's Reed Richards, it was just a fan cast. Seeing them bring back the actor to play Black Bolt. Seeing them bring back Professor Patrick Stewart, bringing back Professor X. Seeing the Captain Britain in live action. Those are really cool ideas that were like, some were fan casts. Some were bringing back old actors. Some were new twists with existing actors. I think all of it's really cool. And that brings me back to Deadpool and Wolverine, where they did the exact same thing with Channing Tatum. He never got to play Gambit, but they brought him back to play Gambit. And they brought back Wesley Snipes and Chris Evans to play Human Torch. They brought back Jennifer Garner to play Elektra. And they brought back X-23. And I just think that bringing back all these characters, it's really exciting for the Multiverse saga. It's really, really cool in my opinion. And it feels more like a comic book, like it should. So these are so far my 3 favorites. I know Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine were absolute smash hits. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is, for some people, people don't really like it. Other people that don't. But these three so far, they're not the only ones in the multiverse saga. There are others that talk about the multiverse, like Loki series and Quantumanium are two of the big ones. But these three do something, but they all bring back legacy actors, which is I think is really cool. Well, seeing them interact with the MCU characters that we've never gotten to see them interact with before, it just feels more like the comic books, where all the characters exist within one universe. So when after Secret Wars, when we finally actually get back to that reboot that they keep teasing us with, it'll be interesting to see what is main universe and what is not main universe. I'm excited to see that, especially when talking about the Sony owned characters and what will end up happening with Spider-Man and all the other Sony characters moving forward. I know the Spider-Man 4 is not going to be Tom Holland's last Spider-Man film. I'm confident in that. So I feel like Marvel will continue to work with Sony, but I wish that Sony would just let them work with them more. I wish they would just help the Marvel people create a universe. Either like let them share characters, or like they can have their own universe, so they'll make their own Marvel movies, and it'll feature the main characters of their universe will be the Spider-Man characters. But maybe, hey, we'll let you use Venom. You can make your own Venom, and then let us use. We want to use Scarlet Witch, or we want to use Iron Man in this movie, and it's going to be a different Iron Man than your universe, or Captain America, or somebody. You know what I mean? I don't know if Marvel would ever make that deal, and it would be kind of weird seeing two different universes going side by side with sharing characters. But I just feel like Sony needs to do something. They need to either sell the rights back to Marvel, let Marvel help them make their own universe, or like just make the Spider-Man movies exist in the same universe, and then let your Spider-Man characters go and be in other people's movies, and then vice versa. What they did with this, they did these three films right here. The first one has Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. Second one has Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, and the third one has Doctor Strange, which are all characters owned by Marvel, which Sony could not use unless they partnered with Marvel. And that's exciting. These are all Sony-made movies, by the way. Like, how many movies did Spider-Man appear in that were just MCU movies where the Marvel Studios got all the money from? Like, they let Marvel make these three movies with Tom Holland's Spider-Man and shared their characters with Sony so that Spider-Man could be in the MCU. Why can't they just do that with all the characters? Why can't they do that with Venom or Kraven or Madam Web, where they exist in the MCU, but you can use other characters, and then hey, now we want to make Spider-Man 4 with Tom Hardy's Venom. He already exists in the universe. We used the Incredible Hulk or Abomination or somebody else in those other movies. So now we're able to now you can use Venom for just share back the characters back and forth. I feel like that would work. I know it's a lot of legal issue and money and blah 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 blah, and I don't know if it will actually work, but we'll see. I know I didn't watch Kraven. I'm probably not gonna watch it until I get the Blu-ray, and when the Blu-ray goes down in price because I'm not paying full price. So I'm not giving Sony the box office sales. I'm not giving Sony the initial Blu-ray sales. Nope, I'm waiting for Kraven, because Madam Web was hot garbage, and Venom: The Last Dance, even though I enjoyed the movie, it still was disappointing in a lot of ways. So because of those two factors, I decided not to go see Kraven, and I decided that I'm going to wait on the Blu-ray, because it got 11 on Rotten Tomatoes. So like, you released three movies and they all kind of didn't do that great. We'll see what Sony decides to do. They teased the Null character in the latest Venom movie. And Null is a big bad. Like he's look at the MCU. Look at the characters they've used as big bads. Thanos. They were about to do Kang until the Jonathan Majors things blew up. And now they're using Doctor Doom. Three big villains that could be a universe-wide threat. Null is another character that fits that description, and a character that Sony owns the rights to. But they haven't built up their universe enough with characters that people actually like and enjoy. The only one they really have is Tom Hardy's Venom, and now apparently he's no more. We'll see if he pops up in the Secret Wars saga. I really hope they get Tom Hardy's Venom. He's probably not going to be in Doomsday, but maybe he'll be in Spider-Man 4. Maybe he'll be in Secret Wars. We'll have to wait and see, but I really hope that he gets to be in it. And I really hope that anyone and everyone that can be in these movies get to be in these movies, because this is, I mean, they're gonna do this again. And like Ryan Reynolds has that line in Deadpool and Wolverine, like you're gonna make you do this until you're 90. Well, as long as these people keep coming back and they keep writing these stories, which Marvel has been doing for literally decades upon decades upon decades, and they're not going to stop until these people die. Like, they're gonna keep making movies with these characters. So I just find that to be really exciting, and to see how it forms, and like, I would have never dreamed like of seeing like a multiversal movie on the big screen, and now we're getting a ton of them. Now, like, the whole saga of multiverse movies. So we'll see how Doomsday, and we have Thunderbolts coming up and Fantastic Four coming up, which those two will be loosely standalone, which they'll connect to the MCU, they'll connect to the Multiverse saga, I mean, but they'll be kind of self-contained stories, and then they'll both be ramping up to Doomsday, which will be interesting to see next year. And I am really excited about it, because they announced all those chair reveals, and there's going to be hella characters in it, and that's really exciting. In conclusion, I think fun films that bring back older actors, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I really enjoyed these films, seeing the crossover between the new MCU characters. Because when Iron Man 1 came out and I saw the Avengers clip at the end, I was young. I still didn't know all of the legality. I didn't know Fox owned the X-Men. I didn't know Spider-Man owned Sony owned Spider-Man. So I thought, wow, this is gonna happen. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine. I thought they were already building a universe. I thought all these movies coming out, like, oh man, 2008, man, they're finally doing what everyone wants. They're gonna make the Avengers. They're gonna make a full universe. Nope, because all these characters can't be in it. So, but it's exciting to see it now finally come to fruition. So that's my conclusion. Advice, just talking a little bit about like jobs and your career choice. So like, even if you don't know what you want to do in life, look for jobs that you can have fun and that you enjoy and love to do. If you can do that, they say, like, if you love what you do, you'll never work in your day and want your life. I don't honestly really agree with that statement. You're still gonna fucking work. It's like that fucking Britney Spears song. Like, you want a Maserati, you better work, bitch. Yeah, you're gonna have to work. But the thing about it is, you love what you do, then your work is enjoyable. It's still work. Some days you're not gonna want to do it. You're not want to fucking do it. But most days you are gonna want to do it, and that's the point. So find jobs and careers that you enjoy and love to do, and don't stop until you find it. Don't let people be like, "Oh, this is a good job. You make good money." If you hate what you do, keep looking, keep pushing, keep doing side projects, keep doing side hustles until you find what you really enjoy. And don't feel like you have to find it right away, because you don't. And don't fall into the scam and the trap that is modern day college, because modern day college is a fucking scam. And unless you know for sure, without a doubt, without a fraction of doubt, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something else that you need a college degree to get, don't go to college. That's my personal advice. Don't go to college. It's kind of a waste of money. You can do most of what you can get a college degree without a college degree, and then you can just do it at your own leisure. You're not going into debt. You're using that money on other different things, maybe even to invest in, your career or whatever, and you just do it. You can still hire a mentor, take classes. They have plenty of courses online that are much cheaper than college. I would recommend that and do that. But that's just a little bit on my advice rant. So, if you enjoy this, I'm a brand new channel just starting out. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, because I'm going to be making more videos just shorts right now, but I am going to be working on some long form videos in the near future. So if this is something that you enjoy or you want to see this channel grow, please like and subscribe to this video. Farewell. Take care, homies. Have a great day.